Do you have trouble finishing games? Yeah, me too. It's a real problem, and a problem that has been going on for years, which has resulted in a huge backlog of never played or half-finished games hanging in the ether, screaming at me, "Midi, please finish me!" But to no avail, it doesn't happen. It's odd because games and gaming is probably my biggest hobby. I love playing games, but I seem to quickly move on to something else before I allow the time for them to really sink their teeth into me. If you're the same way, I'm sure you feel frustrated and maybe feel a sense of FOMO that there are amazing experiences out there that you're simply not getting from the hobby. Now, there's a few video essays on this topic, and it may be that some of my experiences or suggestions overlap with this. I'm just going to add a disclaimer here that I've chosen not to watch any of these as of writing the script, so if any advice or experiences are similar, I do apologise, but it's just coincidence or maybe just like a shared experience. With all of that said, why is this video being made? Well, simply, I've recently completed the game and 80% into completing another game, which should be done in the coming days. This is so very rare for me that I wanted to reflect on what's different this time and what I did to feel more connected to the games that I'm playing and actually complete them. The first thing isn't exactly gaming related, but I think it's a major factor into my recent true and passionate enjoyment of video games. I have detached myself from social media and doom scrolling. No more Instagram reels, no more shorts, and no more pointless apps feeding me garbage. My attention span has been short recently and has been pretty much shot. This has affected more than just my hobby, it's affected my reading, I used to love reading books, my sleep and my overall ability to just be present and in the moment. There was points in my life in which I was doom scrolling in the shower. I mean, this is an absolutely ridiculous thing to do, and I'm absolutely ashamed that it got to that point. Our brains do not need to be bombarded with random shite every second of the day. And I certainly think it rewired my brain to embrace slop content and sort of struggle with anything long form. So this is my real first suggestion. Try and reduce your time on scrolling apps. Focus your mind on long form things, long form content that requires your attention. Even if it's reading a few chapters of a book or watching a short documentary, train your brain to enjoy concentrating and focusing on something. Now, it's easier said than done. Physically, I can keep still and concentrated, but mentally my mind is racing all the time. Jumping from idea to idea, it can be quite a chaotic mess in there at times. And if you're like this, I'm sure you know the frustration of just wanting to finish something or concentrate on something, and then you get that magnetic feeling in your brain of something drawing you away. For me personally, it's taken perseverance and some other practices to get out of this sort of brain rot mindset. My next suggestion is to play games actively and not passively. Actually experience that amazing world and the mechanics in front of you. Take in the scenery, listen to the music and dialogue, revel in the beauty of the characters and personalities that are being created. This has helped me a lot personally. I recently completed GTA San Andreas, and as silly as it sounds, I got so much enjoyment from actively saying things to myself like, "Holy shit, that was awesome," or "Oh my god, I'm loving this, this is insane." Driving around the city at high speed and going like, "Whoa, what the heck?" It got my mind excited to play these games. I don't know exactly why. I've heard that the brain doesn't know the difference between yourself saying something out loud and someone else saying something to you. Hence, why positive affirmations have such a big impact on people. Maybe I tricked my brain into having an amazing time by telling myself I was having an amazing time? Perhaps. Play games with focus, lean into them. Don't just load them up, press some buttons and move on. You'll get more out of games the more that you put into them. Big thing to remember is your backlog is a molehill, not a mountain. It's easy to get overwhelmed nowadays with the easy access to games, and this is probably why we've seen many people talking about the bloat of their backlog or Steam library, because it's so easy just to buy a new game, especially with the amount of sales that are on digital storefronts. You can get 3 to 4 great games for a decent price within a few clicks of a button, and just like that, you've got 4 more games on your backlog. Gone are the days of going to a local game shop, buying a new game, taking it home and having that as your focus. Now you can flip-flop all you like between the newest and greatest games of the hobby. Just remember this, they're still just games. You may have a lot of them, but they are experiences that want to be completed. Developers want you to see their hard work. They can be completed and knocked off your list. It's just going to require some focus and maybe less macro big thinking. Pick, say, 10 games from your backlog that you're super interested in. Don't time gaze it, but say, okay, this is my backlog. These are the games I want to complete. Now you have a nice little selection of 10 games to pick from. This can feel easier to digest and you can avoid those nebulous thoughts of, what should I play? Just go back to your pick list and give something a go. Remember to play what you like and not what you feel like you should play. There's pressure to play games now, isn't there? Hundreds of gaming sites, YouTube channels, Reddit threads about the new shiny game and how it's life-changing. But what happens when you start playing it and you're not vibing with it? Is there something wrong with you? Well, not at all. It's just that you don't vibe with the game. It's just not for you, and that is absolutely fine. Coming to accept that AAA games aren't really for me anymore was at first worrisome, but ultimately freeing. Earlier, I mentioned I completed San Andreas. Well, as of writing this sentence, I can say I've just completed Vice City as well. Going back and completing old classics or childhood favourites, whether you've completed them or not, is a great way to connect with the hobby and remember that joy that once gripped you when playing games. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I hope some of these thoughts and ideas were useful and maybe help you start finishing games. But remember this, if you don't, that's okay too. Enjoy your time with them, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.